Hello everybody, True Malvis here. Welcome back to the channel. We're today looking at a game called Bottle. It's called Bottle, but then it's semicolon Pilgrim Redux. So the game's called Bottle. It's the Pilgrim Redux version of Bottle. That's how I'm reading the title anyway. If that's wrong, I'm sure I'll be corrected when I submit the video to the publisher, who is Katness Game Studio. The game's been developed by them and also developed by Tongguk Badu, who is been featured on the channel before. I've played quite a few of Tongguk's previous games. He does specialize in the genre that is being called walking simulators. Now, I generally like a good walking simulator. So we're going to jump in and we're just going to have a look at it for about 20 minutes, half an hour. Price-wise, you're looking at £8.79 for this. This is the Xbox version of the game. I'm sure it is available on other platforms. Just looking at the achievement list on True Achievements, seems to be 24 achievements. You've got to find drawings, I think. I think they're all about finding drawings, the achievements. 20 of them are for finding drawings. Okay, let's have a look. Always check behind you. Okay, so we're in modern day. Will you run? Nope, this is our speed.
I like to go for
we can
long
run.
walks that cleanse the lungs and cleanse the spirit. This walk, though, has particular meaning for me, and it's a pilgrimage I make every year at this time.
That voice recording was a bit distorted. So B, you can toggle and run on and off. I think the walking's actually quite generous for a walking speed, to be fair. Now, we've got some lens flare going on there. So I do like a good walking sim. There's two things I look for in a walking sim, and I say this every time we do one on the channel, is I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for an interesting environment and an interesting narrative. Well, what is up here? Off the beaten path. I'm guessing this is a drawing. A, X, X. That is a drawing, and that was very, other than being off the beaten path. How do I exit this? Wouldn't have been off the beaten path. That was very, very hard to see. So, unless they're all off the beaten path, we're going to have to keep our eyes open for those little boxes. This is not going to be a full playthrough anyway. This is just going to be, like I say,
I remember every detail of my wife's appearance, even though she's been gone for nearly 10 years. I remember how her cheekbones would rise when she smiled. Remember her long, raven black hair flowing down her back like a shiny waterfall. I also remember how she looked without hair.
Yeah. There's something wrong with that voice recording. It's been recorded very poorly. It's buzzing, it's distorted. Normally means the gain's not being set correctly on the audio. So it's buzzing and being distorted. I have the same problem myself. I usually go XLR myself, and I can actually recreate that issue, where it's when you get to a certain loudness, you'll get a little bit of like a bit of buzzing like that or something, bit of distortion at the peaks of the volume. The only way to rectify that is to re-record the voice lines, which will probably not happen. But I mean, it's not like it's distorted to the point where you can't hear what's being said, but it is a distortion there. I have to be honest. But as you know from watching my videos, I always am honest with what I find with the games, and offer suggestions of how to improve and fix things. And like I said, the only way to fix that, unfortunately, is to re-record the voice lines. I mean, maybe it's just certain voice lines, I don't know. Maybe it's just this level. I guess we'll find out. There is a pig. There was an achievement for scaring a pig. Well, there you go, he's scared. Scared the poop out of a pig. Oh, I didn't see any poop coming out of the pig, but we did indeed scare him. Don't think I wanted to see poop out of the pig, to be honest with you. Okay, we've got water going on. We've got a nice waterfall. I'll do the waterfall joke. There's no secret behind it, so it's a 0 out of 10 game now. It's the law that if you have a waterfall in a video game, it's got to have a secret behind it. So I've got to have a secret item or a secret cave.
She's still beautiful, and she could still smile, but...
And that is a joke. Devs don't, and publishers don't think I am joking. The game's not a 0 out of 10. We're just,
I was only 31 years old at the time.
We're just
33, and our daughter Emily.
Joke I generally make when we encounter waterfalls. A weird mishmash of trees going on here as well. We've got like normal trees, and then we've got like palm trees and stuff. It's been a pretty linear path so far, other than the little branch off that took us to the first drawing. Okay, see, this is what I look for in walking sims. We've got like a building here, and there's another drawing. That one was nicely on the path. Oh, now that's number 3. Have I missed one already? I've already missed one. Okay. Well, I'm not going back to look for it, because this is like not on my main account anyway. I'll be doing a full proper playthrough of this probably in the coming weeks. But yeah, was the first drawing I got number 1? It was indeed number 1. So based on the thinking that they're in order, then I have missed a drawing already in this short space of time. Grab the tire. So we're actually just gonna have to actually fully explore the environments rather than just passing through them. Can't climb ladders. Like interesting gouging on the rock there. This is what I look for. You see, is the environment interesting? Like that's just not like a natural rock formation. That's like some kind of signs of civilization. Well, that's normal rock formation. So what's that telling us about the world that we're in? Big tree.
It's hard enough for a parent to raise a young child on their own, doubly so when that child is of the opposite gender, yet that's precisely the predicament I found myself in when Cassandra died.
Majority of Tom Cook's games or walking sims that he's done have been generally good. There's been a few that have been a bit not bad, but you know, that just been like okay-ish. Usually the ones that there's combat in, I think really you should stay away from combat in a walking sim unless you can actually make a really good fluid combat system. He did one with werewolves and that just didn't kind of work, and there was I think there was one, might be in the same game actually, there was one with like a few boss battles and stuff, which was a little bit janky, but hopefully there's no combat in this one. Hopefully we're just going to be walking and enjoying the narrative and the story. I'm just having a good look around. I mean, look, we've got like paintings on the walls there, so again, points to some kind of civilization at some point that was there, doing cave drawings.
By all means, both sets of grandparents did their best to help out, but my pride dictated that I could only ask so much of them. I needed to prove to everyone, not at least of all myself, that I could do this. I had no desire to be the all but absent father that my own had been, but an endeavor to spend as much time as I could caring for my daughter in the most direct way possible. I won't deny that the odd drink came in handy during this early period, but it was yet to become a problem.
So the only thing of critique I've got from it at the moment is the voice recording is has got a problem. So I won't labour on that point anymore. Hope it clears up, but we won't labour on that point anymore. It is what it is. But the environment so far I've enjoyed walking through. Got a little offshoot here maybe. One thing I'm hoping to see is that when providing this game is split into areas, it could just be one giant game. There's another drawing. Now this should hopefully be number 4. Otherwise I've missed some more. And it is number 4. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes with walking sims you can annex the game into areas. So each area has a start point and an end point, and obviously once you've gone past that end point you can't go back anymore. Some walking sims it's just one giant environment and there's no transition between sections of the game. I hope if that the areas do start and end, I'm hoping the end is very clear as well, so it's like a very clear point of no return. So if you do go past something, then you know you ain't coming back. So if you have missed an area, missed a collectible, at least you know we could go back. At this point in time I could go back right to the start of the game if I wanted to. Just turn around and retrace my steps. If we have a load scene, then obviously that's not going to be possible, is it?
The ones that people would think almost trivial. Ensuring my daughter was safe when she used public restrooms, and that she cleaned herself properly when she was in the bathtub. Responsibilities that would normally fall upon the female parent when there is one. Emily was still very young at the time, of course, but old enough to feel awkward that her father was checking in on her during her more private moments. There's no denying that the presence of a woman would have alleviated much of the burden cast suddenly upon both of our lives.
Music's nice, fits the tone of the game so far. We've been going for 15 minutes already. It doesn't seem like that, which is always a good sign because ooh. Ah, here's the box opening. should be number 5. Yes. Yeah, it's a good sign if you've not noticed the time pass, and it shows you've been drawn into the game world. So we've got a downward and we've got an upward. Okay, we've just had a collectible, so I would assume we're not going to have another one so close, but there is this upper section here, so yeah, we'll probably go for 30 minutes on this one. So we're about halfway through what we're gonna do, because I want to, obviously, if you are interested in buying this game, I do want to leave most of the game as discoverable for yourself. I'm sure if you want a walkthrough video, you would search for one that's labeled walkthrough. This is just a first impressions and just me evaluating if it's worth the entry price of asking, and so far it is.
It's not like I didn't try to meet other women after Cassandra's passing. I even went on the odd date, but, well, between my teaching job and my responsibilities as a single parent, it was hard to not only find the time, but to find someone to babysit for the evening without calling upon the goodwill of the grandparents yet again. Most of all, though, it was impossible to find someone to fill the yawning void that Cassandra had left in her wake.
So you've got a story of a single parent who's a teacher. Oh, batteries.
I never asked you to be alone, my sweet. You'd have had my blessing if you had found someone else. All I would have asked was that she be a good mother to Emily.
See, now that voice recording was fine. The performer who did that voice line, that was fine. Even though it had intentional distortion with it being a radio signal. And that's opened up this path for us now. Birds be tweeting. Oh, is this like a transition point I was talking about? Interlude 1, rendezvous. Now, to be fair, it did start to fade out, so I could have turned around there and reversed. Now, oh. I was just about to say, hopefully we've got a...
Yes, I remember this evening. My wife left a note for me with a friend of ours who worked at a place called Danny's Cafe. Oh, she always did like her little games. We had a lot of good times in this district, made a lot of good friends, enjoyed a lot of good meals, but there are, unfortunately, other memories which I associate with this place.
I was just about to say, I just didn't want to talk over the voice acting, that I hope when we transition environment, it's a completely different environment. And yes, this is a completely different environment. I mean, the immediate environment looks great, and I'm not sure those buildings have loaded in correctly. And look a bit weird. It's like the grey bits there have not spawned a texture. But this immediate area is great. I'm liking the piano theme as well. Sorry for clearing the throat there. I've got a bit of a sore throat coming on at the moment. Seems to not be able to run in this level as well. Oh, what is this?
The note says, "Dearest, come meet me at O'Doyle's at 6:30. Oh, but one small favor along the way. Emily says she left Axel in the playground. You know how upset she gets without her bunny rabbit. Oh dear. Still, I guess I'm not one to judge. I've been known to get a bit negligent from time to time myself."
Guessing bunny rabbit is a toy bunny rabbit. I know that myself when you have a child who has a teddy and they leave it. It's the most precious thing in the world to them, but they leave it here, there, and everywhere and lose it, and you've got to find it all the time. It's it's a very weird play area. And there's the bunny.
That's one errand run. Next stop, O'Doyle's.
The environment going to have changed now?
Ah, the aromas of this district. The delectable scent of recently roasted coffee beans, freshly cut cake, and all manner of chocolatey delights. Truly a gastronome's paradise.
So Doyle's? Yes.
The last time Cassandra asked me to meet her here at night, it was to tell me she was pregnant. I wonder what the big news will be this time.
And we're fading out. Chapter 2, Little Mermaid. Are we back in the forest and the canyon on the rocky road now? Ooh, okay, rain. Okay. I'm liking the rain effect. Very good. I'm all cold now. It's because of the rain.
Somehow, teaching children of early high school age had done little to prepare me for the task of raising a child not many years younger. She still had an innocence at her age, while the scamps that I taught, I'm being a bit harsh of course, but well, the students that I taught were in the process of growing up very quickly, a little too quickly, some of them. I sincerely hoped that my Emily wouldn't be quite so precocious by the time she was that age.
It's got to be a drawing, hasn't it? Has to be. Has to be. Yes, there we go. What's this again? £8. £8.79. Yeah, yeah, that's fine for this. Lerdroen. I don't think this is going to be a very long game. Now, the only thing I'm basing that on, which could be completely wrong and incorrect of me to do so, is there was an achievement for collecting 20 drawings. The last drawing was number 20. We're already at number 7. That's the entire basis of my assumption that it's not going to be a super long game. There's nothing wrong with that because walking simulator games, I hate that term, but walking simulators as such aren't generally long games because they've got a specific story to tell.
I enjoyed taking my daughter on short trips, well away from the city. I didn't want her knowing nothing but schools and streets, which my own life almost seemed to consist of. I figured she needed to breathe a bit of nature every once in a while, enjoy a bit of fresh air. It's one thing to civilize a child, but another to deny them their childhood altogether. We both seem to like the beach, especially.
Could be a drawing somewhere around here. This looks possible drawing maybe. Or have I inadvertently gone the main route? I think I've inadvertently gone the main route, haven't I? So easy at times to get turned around in these games. Gotta be careful you don't do that. See, there you go. Good job I came back. I love you, daddy. I think we've only missed one so far. That was early doors, wasn't it? So we're coming up to half an hour now. So thoughts on bottle Pilgrim Redux? That hasn't felt like half an hour, which, as I say, is a good thing. Because if time's flying while you're playing a game, it means it's drawing you in. Ooh, what's this?
Emily loved the water. In another life, I believe she could have easily been a fish. Sometimes I even called her my little mermaid. She loved the sand too, and liked to build things with it. One day I helped her make a fairy tale castle and cast her, only in her mind of course, as a kind of mermaid Rapunzel, trapped in a tower far beneath the water, her long hair flowing with the whims of the waves. Would you be my prince and come save me, Daddy? She asked. No, sweetie, that'll be another man. We just don't know who yet. But one day your prince will come. I further hoped to myself, and only to myself, that the man in question wouldn't merely break her heart. I wished nothing more for her than to find the happily ever after that eludes so many others.
To all the pigs. Oh, it's the outhouse. Lovely. But yeah, as I was saying, this time has flown by, so I've obviously been drawn it into the world.
When Emily was 7 years old, I managed to get involved with another woman for all of 6 months. Another teacher at the same high school. When that ended, we did our best to go back to just being friends and colleagues, but it wasn't long before the woman in question happened to find herself a job at another school. I never knew whether I was the primary cause for her leaving, but knew that it was probably for the best. She only met Emily once. I don't think Emily liked her very much. Yeah, it was probably for the best.
Yeah, I can give Bottle Pilgrim Redux a definite thumbs up. I'm enjoying this. Like I say, I'm assuming it's going to be a pretty short experience, probably between 1 and 2 hours long. I'm assuming, but I mean, for the price, you know, that's about right. And walking simulators are not notoriously known for being incredibly long in length of the game, so most people know if they're buying a walking simulator game, then it is going to be a relatively shorter experience than it is. But this is done well. I'm enjoying walking through the environments. I'm enjoying looking for the collectibles. I'm enjoying this level especially. I like listening to rainfall. We've got another radio here. We've got to find the batteries again. Yeah, I've got to find the batteries. Where's the batteries? Yeah, so we're blocked off until we can get the batteries. This is a good stopping off point. We'll find the batteries, but I can yeah, highly recommend this game. It's if you like the walking simulators, it's pretty fun. If you want relatively straightforward achievements, I think this is going to be relatively straightforward, providing you can find all the collectibles. Is this going backwards or is this the other way? I can't remember. I'm going the wrong way. Imagine the batteries are going to be down the other path. Batteries are going to be down here. I hope. Yes. So we'll listen to the radio and then we'll call it quits for the video. I'll get it uploaded with a thumbnail and look forward to see what Katniss Game Studio published next, because I don't know if this is their first game. I know they've done a few. Yeah, they've not done much on Xbox, but they have done a few. Yeah, let's listen to this radio message, and I'll catch you on the next video.
I know you always acted with Emily's best interests at heart. And mine when I was alive. You were a good husband. And a good father. Nobody's perfect.